Hello folks and welcome back to Mindustry. In our last video here, we went and overtook Overgrowth. And as such, we have a whole bunch of new areas available to us here. But taking a look here, we also have this guy here, which is 133, which is another enemy base. So Overgrowth is currently vulnerable. And what I really want to do is I would like to go in and just kind of get all of these elements, because I don't think I did a good job of getting stuff to our core and being able to load up on things, and maybe use this place as a little factory area. But then we will take care of this. I'm hoping in this video to really go through and just make Overgrowth as strong and solid as possible, and then maybe address this later. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. So let's dive in here and see what we have. So I'm just going to pause it real fast so you can see the remnants of what they had. And this is nice that I left that kind of area, because it's probably where they're going to be at. And looking through all of this, there are a lot of resources around that we can do things with. There's some thorium out here, some more up here. We have some coal. We have this whole area here that I'm not sure what exactly we're doing with here. There's pumps, so there's a little bit of water there, but I'm not sure what this area was for. I had this area that I was building, but stopped on. And yeah, I'd like to get a lot of this stuff back to the core, and the core kind of reestablished with all of the things we need to, because we didn't produce a whole lot in the last round, and I'd like to go through and fix that. So I want to make sure we get enough power to do everything, because I don't even know if we really did. Oh, we did do power. Okay. So we did that, but silicon, we're not really doing anything with that. So I'd like to make some silicon so that we have that going back to the core as well. And just kind of take care of all of the things we need to take care of. So I'm going to dive down here real fast. Is that mine? That was mine, I think. Oh no, that's all their stuff. But we can get rid of it and get some free resources. Look at all that thorium coming our way. So while we're deconstructing here, I was pretty happy with how that battle went. I definitely could have done some things differently, but the result was what I wanted, which is always a plus. And I'm taking the time to take these apart, because you can see thorium's going up a little bit. It's going to take me far longer to set up the laser drill and bring that down than what it is just going to be to deconstruct some of their stuff. And I don't think they reuse any of these things, but again, it's nice just to get free resources back here to us that we can do things with. I was also pretty happy in the last one that we used a mix of units and we were able to use them effectively. So it felt good to kind of play one through, one that I've been putting off for a long time, and that I feel much better about here. So we're just going to deconstruct some of this other stuff here. I'm not going to go crazy. Like, I'm not going to get all of this right now. I'm just clearing out some of the basic areas because we're going to reestablish some of the stuff that they have here. We're going to reestablish in these areas just to kind of make sure that they can't come down there if they do choose to attack. Now, looking through all of this, all of these guys are kind of doing their thing, but all that production is stopped. And why is it stopped? I don't know. No, we just don't have enough power. Okay. Well, that's a problem we can solve. So let's go in and solve that problem real fast. I think that's the problem. No, we're making enough power. Why are we not being able to produce stuff here? All right, you're missing. You don't have graphite, which is something I neglected on. And this one, you don't have graphite, which is something I neglected to do. Okay, so that's on me. Sorry, but we do have lots of stuff here. Oh, no, you have graphite. Go ahead, you can do your thing. There we go. See, the world's a better place now. You did have graphite. We were just kidding. We weren't serious. But I should probably. This is an older design. Our multi-press here is significantly better. We do have water that we can use here, so there's better options for what we're doing there. I'm not going to worry about that quite yet, but we do have options. And I guess we really don't need to continue working on all this right now, but again, it kind of just makes me feel nice and warm and fuzzy, so we're going to do it. But let's go in and we have the silicon press set up here. It is producing stuff. It's not a ton of stuff, but it's doing its job. We're going to probably need more of that, but bring it closer to home. So we have a little area here of coal, and there's really not a lot going on back in this area. Okay. So I'm not really sure what I want to do right now as far as that goes. But let's, before I do anything, let's go and just reestablish the places that they built up stuff. Let's also build our own stuff there, but we're just going to put our own forces in place. So we're going to use salvos. That's what they had. That's what we will have. Nope, not that one. We'll build those, and I guess we could put some titanium walls. We have plenty of titanium to deal with here, so we can use that to our advantage. And we'll get those set up. That clogs up that area pretty well. We're going to clog up that north area pretty well, and then we're going to have to do something down here eventually. But first, we need to get all of the stuff built in. Now, for those of you who have played this game more than I have, which is most of you, is this what you normally do when you capture an area? Is you go back and kind of optimize it, or do you, because I like to break these into like roughly hour-long sections. That's about how long I have to play in a given day. So do you usually go back and if you, let's say, have an hour to play, do you optimize, or do you just win a section and just move on, or do you optimize and build up and kind of establish areas? I'm just looking to see what the best possible options are here for me as I get closer and closer, maybe towards endgame. I don't really know how close I am, but it feels like I'm getting closer than I have been. This map is also a mess of stuff. Not real thrilled with how all of this kind of is laid out here. There's just stuff all over the place. But I do like that I can clog this one up pretty easily with some units without really doing much work. And is it just me, or are salvos a little overpowered for, in general, for what they are? I could be wrong there, but they just feel a little bit more powerful than they need to be. I do deeply appreciate that they're available for air and land. Most of the units are one or the other, so it's nice to have one that kind of can do a little bit of both. But it does feel a little extra that they can do more than most of the other ones can. And I would love to play with Surge Alloy a little bit more, but this map doesn't appear to have any oil, and we do need that to generate more here. We have titanium. What weapon uses titanium as its thing? Was it a fuse? Yeah, we can drop some fuses in here and just cause mass havoc. Let's do that. Mass havoc's fun. Alright, so we're going to throw a router in here and there. Oh, we don't have any graphite to continue building that. Okay, we'll get some soon, don't worry. So we'll do that. I don't even have graphite for that. Okay, let's go and establish some graphite. My goodness gracious. It's been a day. So we're going to just really quickly address this situation, because we can melt some of this down too and get graphite pretty easily. Even though there is a nice deposit right here. There's not a ton of this stuff throughout the entire world or sector, so we can get that built on there pretty easily. I thought I'd get more graphite out of deconstructing that, but I got two. All right, and we got some lead over here as well. Cool. So we're going to go in here. Well, let's finish building these real fast. We'll commit to a plan of action here. There we go. Okay. What I'm going to do right now is this whole area is going to get deconstructed. We're also going to get rid of this area here. And I'll explain why I'm doing this in just a second. But essentially, we're going to have this go up, over, and down that way. And then we'll use a router up here. And that router will just allow us to feed that line of stuff. That just opens up a little area here for us to do more with. In all honesty, this is not necessary. But we are hurting for copper right now, so it's better than nothing. So we'll just deal with it as is right now. And what we need to do is we need to establish a nice area of copper to get everything set up. Now, we do have, or not, graphite. We need graphite. I'm losing my mind. I apologize. Let's see here. So this whole area right here is all set up to partly go through here and go up there. It's not feeding our power production at all, which I would like to improve our power production as well. But what do I want to do here? I'm sorry. I did not have a good plan for what we're doing today. I apologize. All right, so let's see. We need some water. There's a little water there, but it's kind of away from where I would like to be. Do we have any closer sources of water? Not really. Oh, there's some down here. Okay. So let's get creative here. Let's say that we really want coal, but we don't have to want to mine for anymore. We just want to bring it down. So we're going to bring it all the way down here. This is an absurd idea. Let's see how it plays out here. So we're going to bring that all the way down this way. Nope, we're going to get rid of those. And we're going to put that like right here, I think. Then what I'm going to do is we're going to have that feed a multi-press, which we can't do because we need graphite. Okay, so what can I do here? If I remember correctly, I can put a container here, right? Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. I'm just kidding. I want that to go onto here. So let me go back and get a container here, because we really don't need more people being produced. I think we're about out of people heading our way, so that's good. And inside this container we have 9. We're going to load that up to ourselves. Do I have to really drag each one? Okay, I can just click. There we go. That's what I want. Alright, so I can take that and fly all the way down here. This is not the way to play this game, but I'll load that into the core. And then for our multi-press, we need 50. A graphite press we could just do with... Okay, we're just going to start off with our graphite press. No, not that one. We'll put it right there. We'll get our router in there. We'll get our sorter in here. And very simply, we're just going to feed those in there. And that should at least help us get started here. And then what we're going to do is we have a water source all the way over here that we can't really power right now, but we can definitely feed with lots of pumps. And we'll do something with that up here. While we're doing that, I will put on a nice little junction on there to stop the bleeding. That should fill up pretty quick. And we have what we need, but I want to get up to 100 just so that I can build 2. And that should satisfy the base parts of what we need. Oh, we're actually sending down... Where are we getting those from? I'm just reassigning where those go. Just mainly so they're out of the way. Okay. So now we have this big line of stuff. It doesn't look like it's really impacted any of the production here. I mean, these guys are still filling up our stuff, which is great. And we're finally out of production on this one. This one looks like it's out of production as well. So we should fill all these up and send just a ton of coal down south, which we will be able to do things with. So let's go through and deconstruct all of that. And now we should be able to go with a multi-press. Nope, let's get rid of these ones too. It's okay. So the multi-press is going to go 1 and 2. So we'll do something like that and that. And then they need to have water as well. So we'll get the water in there. This is horribly optimized. I apologize deeply. Oh, and they need power. Duh. All right, so can we just throw some power over here just to be fun with all that? I think we can. So if we do that, bring a little water up to that, and then we throw a router on there, and then a nice little nodey node. That should be more than enough to power all of that. And look at this. That's what I was hoping for. Just obscene amounts of production. Now it's going to slow down a little bit because we are actually using up a fair amount of coal doing this. But that's what we want. There we go. Just that little bit of production there. Looks like it's filled up the gaps, and we are now Graphite City. And I guess we can continue this going all the way down here. It's going to probably change a lot of this real fast. But this is going to get filled up here. We don't have any more production going for that. I guess I can get rid of this now. Oh, goodness. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Oh, God. Why are we getting... Oh, it's this spot right here. Okay, okay. Now I understand where that's coming from, and I can correct it. I really dislike that the bridges output stuff to the sides. It's a really big... I don't like that at all. It's nitpicky for me, but I really, really, really dislike it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an inverted sorter right here, and that's going to have to go into... Oh, God. No, no, no. Okay. Alright, I'm going to still use an inverted sorter. Oh, I didn't know there's sorter right there. I'm still going to use an inverted sorter, but it needs to go to a container. And we also need to set what we want with that inverted sorter. I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to say, hey, I want graphite there to go into that spot. And now that should clean out that line. Alright, and then I think if I deconstruct this, we have 260 or 279 right now. If I deconstruct this, I don't know what happened to all that. There's stuff stored in there, but I don't know what happened to it. I have 50 of it on board with me right now. That will dump in there. And I suppose that I should add some batteries back here, because we're not using anywhere near the amount of power of what we're producing right now. Actually, we're using pretty close to that amount. All right. So we got that. That problem should be solved now. And we are producing all of the things that we need to produce to get that out of there. Our units are maxed out. Feeling good about our overall production. So let me just dump this off here. And then we were doing something out this way, right? What were we doing out here? Oh, we had the fuses all the way out here. Come here, fuses. Where were you? There you were. Okay. So let's just finish construction on these bad boys. Oh, this also uses thorium. Awesome. What's cool about this, though, is we're almost struggling to use up all of the resources we had just for that, because it is actually being produced in significant numbers. All right. That should get used up pretty easily here. We are going to provide some titanium walls in front of there. Can I remove that? I wish there was a way to remove these little random pieces. I'm sure you nice folks who watch this video and will let me know if there is. That would be awesome. So we're going to go back and get some cheap thorium. And then I'll probably add some air protection back here as well, just to kind of shut off this area from the bad guys. And then we'll go in and take a look at our let's see. So we have thorium over here, and then we have some lead here. All right, let's do some stuff with that lead real fast. Now, for those of you who've played this game a whole lot more, or have gotten a whole lot deeper than I have, is it just me, or are scatters just kind of like the best thing ever? I love scatters. They just seem to do such a great job against so many enemies, and you very rarely have to actually do anything other than spam a whole bunch of them, which is super cool, especially when I can't think of anything more creative than what I'm doing right now. So that's cool. We'll put another one out there. And we're going to do that contrary to popular opinion. We're going to go this way. And then I should be able to add a whole bunch of scatters. Oh, I guess not that many, but we can add scatters. And we can put some out this way if we wanted to as well. Okay. So there's another big area of coal up here. This was not mine, correct? No, this is all derelict stuff. So we're going to get some of their resources. They had containers, unloader. And a bunch of other stuff there. It looks like they mainly kept scrap. Our numbers for scrap went up a whole bunch. And we don't have scrap wall. Is that something that we can research? Let's take a look real fast. So in our wall area here, we still have one wall segment we have not unlocked from what we know now. Ooh, we can do a plastium wall. Okay. Then we do a large plastium wall. Cool. Alright, so that's some new research that we haven't had before. Let's take a look. Is there anything else that we don't know that we could know? We got to do the experimental reconstructor, which is clearly that one, but we don't know what that is. We have to capture tar fields to get to that one. These are all next level units, so tier 4 units. I don't know what these possibly can be. That's pyrite. That has to be blast compound, right? Because we do have the blast mixer, I believe. There it is. We have the blast mixer, which requires pyrite and a spore pod to create blast compound. I don't know what that does, but I'm sure it's good. And let's take a look here. Do we want to just export out some of this graphite to our home spot? We're loading up on it pretty nicely. I think we really should set up we need some power set up here. And then we also need to have a place that we can do some stuff with silicon, because there's tons of things around, but there's not a lot of spots to do it with. So let's take a look here. I'm tempted to do a thorium reactor. There's plenty of thorium scattered randomly throughout this level, and there's some things we can do. And it looks like this world is really very heavily on the scrap end of things. Not sure what was going on here, but it looks like we used a lot of scrap to do different things here. So we have a little water over here, and I wish the map showed a little bit better where the water areas are. You can't really see it based on the map here, so I wish it was a little clearer on what those things were. That's okay. I forgive you, Mindustry. Alright, so let's go up here, take a look, and see. There's some thorium. We need some power to mine that, but I think that's going to be our next step. That's well away from where the bad guys would be. Like, this one is really nice and large, but it's in the pathway of, if they got past this stuff, they're coming down this way, and they're going to wreck house right on the thorium. So I don't want that. We're just going to play with this area right here. I like this spot. Okay, so we're going to get a laser drill. Just try to find the one where we get the most stuff. We'll put 2 of them actually in place. We'll eventually get water there. They're not going to be able to do much of anything right now. And I think we're just going to try to have a reactor be right there. In order to use that reactor, we're going to need to have a cryofluid mixer. So we're going to go in here and get a cryofluid mixer set up. I think we should be able to fit 2 of them. We'll find out. And the cryofluid mixers, not spore press, the cryofluid mixer requires titanium and water. So both those should not be a big deal. And I'm taking the long way around for what reason? I don't really know. Just am. Alright, so that one's gonna... Let's make that a bridge. Like so. You can go there. Then that one can come in. And then we should be able to... Let's see. Yeah, we should be able to have a water bridge. Span that. Oh, we can't span that? Really? Okay. Come over one more then. So go there. And then we'll have our water. Let's see. We're gonna go in like that. Go in there. We'll have our bridge conduit from here to there. And water will go up like that. Okay. And then we're going to put in a liquid spot there. We're just going to get mechanical pumps because I don't think we're going to need much more than that for this. And water is slowly flowing through these. And we are... No, we have to load up the rest there. But we are getting water into that. So that should fill up. Then we have those. I need to make just a little router diversion. Going into that one. And then these can flow up into what will be our thorium reactor. Which, looking at those, provide stupid amounts of power. And they also require stupid amounts of resources. Thankfully, we just had barely enough to do that. Alright, so all of that is full. We are... Why don't you have water? Can I just go straight there? Does that give you water? Okay, I need to fix problems here. Alright, so let's go over here. We'll do that. We will then leave that like that. That's going to go there. You guys can go there and into that. That one will feed that. And then you can jump over and go in there. Does that work? I think that works. Water. And you should be getting water. There we go. You're getting water. Okay. You're getting fuller. These mechanical pumps, I know you can't use them to do like more things, but why? Why is the water here? I mean, there's a lot of water, but why aren't these guys showing up? Okay. So what we need to have happen here first is I think I'm gonna do it this way. I think I'm gonna use solar panels to get the power set up for this. And we don't even have solar production set up really, but I just wanted to kind of get the basics set up here. So these do have power, not a ton, but there is cryo fluid coming to that. And then all of that is going to be powered by some thorium reactors here. And just a little bit. There we go. We have our first piece of thorium going down. We have cryo fluid loading that bad boy up. And as soon as that gets hot enough... Oh, we're definitely not making it. Oh, there's two coming down. Let's see if that gets us up. I just want to see when they go in. Do we see a bump of power? There, we do see a bump of power when they go out. So let's get rid of that one for now. This is the dumbest way I think I've ever done anything in this game. I apologize. There we go. We are making positive power now. And how much power does a water extractor use? 90. Ouch. So we're... okay, we can still do it. And doesn't kill us. There we go. Now we're in the positives. Okay, cool. We're also going to throw some large batteries back here. And we're going to put in a laser drill along with a water extractor for it. Okay, now we're cooking with the thorium. Everything's nice and happy here. Staying nice and happy. Okay, now what to do with all of that? We need to try to use some of our coal for things that are not based on either protection or for setting up units and for production overall. We really need some silicon here to do more stuff with. So we might grab this piece of coal or this area of coal over here and use the power from the area we just set up to set up silicon. If we take a look here, we do have this guy, which is a silicon crucible. I don't think I've ever used this, but we put in coal, sand, pyrite, and then we get silicon. So that produces a lot. Requires a lot, but it produces a lot. I'd also like to experiment with the blast compound and see what we can do with all of that. So we have a couple of options of where we want to go here. Let me rebuild Ghost of Past. Alright, we have those rebuilt. Let's go in and get some silicon production set up because we're doing good, but we only have a little bit of that stuff left. So I'd like to kind of max it out. And we might actually use this little area over here. Don't use the big area, the little area. So graphite we're doing okay with. Silicon's the only thing that really uses other stuff. Let me just take a look here. Spore press requires oil and spore pods. Our surge smelter, what does that require? Wow, a lot, but not the stuff we need there. Plastium compressor. Okay, so we don't really need coal for anything other than these. So I think we're gonna use the larger areas here to really kind of try to enhance this stuff. Oh, and there's water right there. Beautiful. Okay, that's a big help because that allows us to do stuff a little easier here. So line those up, throw water into that, water into that, and water into that, and that's all going to be handled with something like that. All right. Then we're going to also use our laser drills to mine this area. And we will use our liquid routers on those as well. Then what we need to do is set up our there it is, our silicon smelters. And I think we're going to use 3 of them. All right, we have those set up. Those set up. And this one we're going to pull in like so. And these bad boys, we're going to put those in there. And then hopefully, zoom out, which way should we go? I think we're going to have to go that way, down and around. Here, down this way. Nope, I don't. Stuff like that is just stupid, and especially use a bridge conveyor to get over stuff like that. I don't like. There we go. Okay. Now we shall give them power. Like so. And we're pumping out stuff that we need to have at nice quick rates. You can see we're filling up 2, and this one's going through and doing its thing. But our coffers of silicon should start really filling up here shortly. We should probably go through. See, how are we doing on this one? I think I may make this one a router and bring it over and put in one more of our steam generators just to have another set of those in place so that we can produce some more close to home, I think, is what I want to do here. So we're going to put that in, go in here, and pop over there. Now you're producing significantly more power, which means that we can work on some of these areas here. Because like this thing's cool, but what's really cool is producing a whole lot more resources. So we're going to do something like that, I think. And what we also have here is we have some water pumps that are right there. And these guys are going to go that way and down there and feed into that and that. So now we can start spitting out more of that stuff. I mean, we're fine in the titanium field, but I want to have lots of stuff here. And taking a look here, core-wise, if we want to go to a core foundation, which is even larger, which I would like to, we need to desperately increase our silicon production, which you can see we're already up to 600, which is not great, but it's more than what we had before. And we could also do something similar here if we wanted to, where we can grab more of this stuff and send it back to our main place, which I think I might do. So they're coming out of here, going down. So let's grab stuff from this area. This may hurt us long term. I really want to grab it from like the end of the line, which is like right here. And then figure out how to get it back to where I want it to be. So I think we're going to do something like that. We're going to stay away from that bridge. But we'll do something like this. Ooh, hold on. We can have that join up with its brother there, or sister, but like-minded resources here. All right, so we have lots of that stuff flowing down now. That's just a release valve in case we have extra. We can send extra down, but we're already up to 1,000. So we can do that. And what I really want to experiment with here is playing with all of the things. I want to try to just make places that can do all of the cool stuff that this game can allow you to do. So we're producing plenty of electricity right now for this area, which is great. We probably should unify our power systems here so that they are all connected together. It does make it more difficult to kind of manage where power is being used up at, and if something is damaged. It makes it a little tougher to see what's going on exactly. But at the same time, we can do something like that. And now we have a unified power station helping us out. And then if we build one across this way, there we go. Now we have tons of power and we have exceptional battery backup for what we need, I think. So if they come through here, they have to go either this way or down here. We should build solutions to both of those problems because right now we have some fairly large issues that we need to address here. So we're going to address those very quickly. I'm not actually super worried about something happening here just because we have so much stuff. But I want to make sure that we've seen me be dumb before, and that's not an uncommon occurrence. So I want to make sure that I'm not dumb, and I want to make sure all of our potential issues are addressed as quickly as possible here. So I will do that, and I probably should make sure that gets all the way down there. So we will put on some type of defense over here, because the, I guess we'll have to bring it up here. If we brought the fight right up here, that kind of ends that potential problem. So can I route this stuff down through there? Yeah, we definitely can. This is just dumb here. All right, so we'll try not to be dumb. And we will route this stuff down over and around, and then we'll get some thorium up there. Speaking of thorium, we're probably going to need to mine some, so we're going to use this spot right here to mine some thorium. We have some water right here, so we're going to use it. Like so. And hey, we'll even water cool that bad boy. Look at that. You're getting water now too. Alright, and that thorium now can head back to our base. Although I'm going to use... I don't think we're going to max this one out by any means. But we'll use it just in case. And bring this down over. Alright, we can mine that stuff now and rebuild those numbers as well. Again, to get to... Oh, we can do a core foundation. We can't do a core nucleus. That requires lots of stuff. Look how big that is. I don't think I've ever had a core nucleus. So, copper needs to get to 8,000. Lead needs to go up. So there's a lot of stuff we need to get that. We can definitely do it. Let's get rid of all that. Let's laser drill this stuff up. And we're just gonna put it right there. Make sure that all has power. And then we'll also throw in some water extractors there. And that should at least help out that number go up a little bit faster. We do have thorium coming in. I'm tempted to break off a batch here and take that up and out as well. So we have fuses up here. We're going to add some more fuses over here, and I think that should pretty much placate that entire potential issue. So let's go here and throw in a router. Oh yeah, look at that. It's gorgeous. Where am I going now? Okay, let's go up. And now we'll have all of the thorium. Well, not all of the thorium, but we'll have a good amount of thorium. Now we should be filling up belts. And this will slow down pretty quickly. And then once that does slow down, which it looks like it's right there, this will come in and fill. Now, if I wanted to, could I, let's experiment here. If I wanted to, could I just put a container there and then an unloader? Where's the container at? Or a vault, excuse me. Can I just throw a vault on there? And then put an unloader right there. And choose thorium. Okay. That's a way to kind of optimize to fill those out. I don't know. I mean, you see we had full belts going in there. But it's kind of cool that we can do that. And when we click on this, you can see that we are, I mean, it's not perfect, but we're keeping a relatively solid number in there. And there's more thorium there. And if I'm not wrong, fuses can use thorium, correct? Yeah, they can. So let's go in and build in. Well, this is really the only opening right here. So if we cover this area here, we'll do something like that, I think. And is there any danger in not using electric weapons for everything? Like, if I just have these guys here, is that opening me up to big problems? The fuse is, it just says nearby enemies. So that says air and ground to me. So if we put on our laser drill right there, and we just have that come out, over and up, and then connect our power up there. Even if it's not spouting out tons of stuff. Oh, we can throw a water extractor on there to make it happen faster. And what are thorium walls? What do they... How many hit points do they do? 3,200 versus titanium, which is 1,760. Wow, that's a significant. And then plastium, it's 2,000, but it can kind of... This one... Energy projectiles periodically releasing electric arcs. Cool. And it's also super powerful. It's more powerful than that. So that's super cool. We'll put thorium walls in here. And there. And there and there. I think this is the first time I've actually built thorium walls. So that's exciting. And we'll see how that goes. We saw how it went for them. Using salvos and thorium did not protect them, but that's okay. We'll see how the rest of this goes. But what I'd really like to do is just upgrade to another one of our... where are they at? Yeah, this guy here. So thorium's coming in pretty quickly. Copper's coming in quickly. We should be able to max both those out. Silicon's already there. So we just really need to wait for the thorium to come in. And then we'll be in good shape. While we're waiting on that, though, we can go through and do some things. Hey guys, what's up? Why don't you guys come join your friends over there? So what I really could do is have all of this stuff just set somewhere out here, just to be prepared. These guys aren't going to do anything, and that's okay. We're sending a whole bunch of resources back down, and when we take a look here where that goes, that we're almost filling up those belts. And we've maxed out our graphite production, which is awesome. Power-wise, we're not making a ton of power, so we may want to go over and just reinforce or make another one of these thorium reactors. A thermal generator also produces 108. There's another one that does more. I think it's differential. If we go to that, it uses pyrite and cryofluid and produces a ridiculous amount of power. But this one also produces a lot of power, and we already have all of the resources we need for it. So we're not going to produce any more than what we need. But we are going to make sure that it is fully funded with all of the resources it needs. And now we're producing even more power. We're up to 900. You're up to 900. Cryofluid is good. Water is good. We are good there. I should put some air defenses in that area because we could be in massive trouble if anything were to kind of come that way. So I think I'm also going to just smack in the easiest of air defenses. Well, of the multi-targeted things that can deal with ground and air, which are our salvos. So we'll take care of that. And we are edging ever closer. We just need another 500 thorium or so. And then I think we'll have enough for the core, the biggest core, whatever that one's called. I don't remember. But I'm sorry this one hasn't been a lot of action. This has been just me trying to experiment and play with some things, and I still want to play with some more stuff here. So I'd like to go in and figure out the blast mixer. I'd like to figure out surge and all of that stuff here shortly, which I'm going to play with in just a moment. I just need to figure out particularly the blast mixer, what that requires. It requires pyrite and spore pods. Okay. Taking a look at spore pods, not that one. Where's my spore press? There it is. So that requires oil. We just need oil. Okay, we can do that. That's not a big deal. So let's figure out the best area to do this in. And what else did it need? The blast mixer also needed pyrite. Okay, so what does pyrite require? It requires lead, sand, and coal. So we have, look at this. We have lead, sand, and coal all right there. Okay. So we'll have our pyrite mixer right here. We're going to do 2 of them, I think. We can mine all of this stuff. I'm not going to use any extra power for most of this because we're going to need it for the other things. Oh, I'm going to separate those because they require 3 things, which is super annoying. So we're going to send the most basic of all this down over and into there. You guys can go that way. You guys can go that way. Okay, so we have that. We need lead, which we don't actually have a ton of in this spot, but I think that will be okay. So we'll do that. Then we have our sand contingent. And that's going to make pyrite for us. And what can we do with that pyrite? Well, we need a spore press, which again requires oil. Which, when we go over to our oil area here, We can get 80. Oh, yeah, look at that. 150% efficiency on black sand. There's a blue area, which was near titanium last time we did this. I just want to see if it's there again. Nope, not in this one. Okay. No big deal. So we're going to generate some oil 1 and 2. And then that's all going to go. Not there. It's going to go to our plastium. No. Our blast mixer. No, it's not. It's going to go to a spore press. Goodness gracious. There's so much stuff this requires. Okay, so 1 and 2. So you're going to go there. You're going to go there. And then finally, blast mixer is going to be pyrite and spore pod to produce blast compound. So I'm going to do that. I don't know which way we're going to go. I think we're going to have to go down and around. So I'm going to put that like right there. Why am I doing it that way? I don't know. And then this one is going to output straight down. And then all of that is going to come down, not that far. Down here. Oh my gosh. I really hate bridge conveyors. Not that they're not super useful when you need them, but like stuff like that, I just want a way of getting rid of that because that annoys me greatly. Alright, then you're going to come in here and go like that. Alright, now we need to bring over some power, which is probably the best spot to do it from. Alright, we have that flowing in. Oh, these require water? Oh my god. Okay. We're going to play dangerous here. So I need water, and the closest source of water is down here. The only problem with that is that we have just a ton of mechanical pumps. And we need to have like an impulse pump or something like that that can just deliver enormous amounts of water coming out of it. So if I put that like right there. So if I got rid of these and then I put an impulse pump. Then I'm going to put a little diverter right on there. Okay. Hopefully we didn't hurt anything. And I'm going to put a liquid tank right there just to hold us back for right now. Not because they're doing anything, but just because it starts the stem of water there. And let's see here. All right. Let's see. So water's coming in there. This needs sand as well. Good God. I am so bad at this game. Okay. So for the 11,000th time here, let's go through and feed all of the things that need to be fed here. So you're going to get sand. And I guess we're going to have to bring sand over this way. No, not that spot. So now you have all you need, right? Spore press, what do you need? Just needs oil. How much oil? Oh. Is this not just putting out enough? What is this supply? 15. Okay, we're just not supplying enough here. Okay. So we're going to go in here. That's going to go there. You're going to go away. You have oil. You have everything you need. Why do you say you don't have oil? You have an oil extractor. I'm massively confused right now. Let's just put in this thing here. Yeah, you can see that we're putting in 44, 43, 42. Is a spore press not a... Is it a liquid? Okay, so we definitely have that. Let's go back here. Spore press. What do you require? Your input is a spore pod. Oh, okay. Did I screwed this up. I want to get a spore pod. How do I get a spore pod? How do I make spores? A cultivator, that's it. Requires water. Okay. Well, you guys are going away. I'm an idiot. I understand, and I appreciate all of you screaming in silence right now. I apologize for being a big dumb idiot. Let me fix the error of my ways here as quickly as possible. I learned something today. Reading is good. Alright, so let's fix the error of our ways here. We want to go to a cultivator, and all that requires is water. So I'm going to provide 3 of those, I think. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. And we have new content unlocked. If you take a look, it's coming down. And we have, right there, our blast compound. If we go in there, it's used in bombs and explosive ammunition. It has 120% explosiveness. Beautiful. Okay. So, we have that part set up. We could definitely do more with this production area. This is massively overbuilt for apparently how fast this is going. Or we're just not using enough spore pods. Let's see, can we make this max out a little more? Oh no, we can't. Look, it's loading up. It's using up all of its stuff there. So we can probably add on another blast mixer. Let's put 2 of them there. And then we're going to disassemble those. This one's going to come over here. Down and around. Get rid of all of that. And then this one can come over here like that, down and around. No. Oh my gosh. I'm an utter disaster today. I apologize. There's a reason why I do things in a certain order, and I have not followed through on that today. So, let me go back here and reorganize myself. We want our blast mixer right there. All right. We go in. That's going to be that. Then we're going to use a junction. And that's going to be going down that away. And then here, we're going to use that. And you should have everything we need. There we go. And we have that set up. And if we take a look, all of our stuff there's maxed out. So let's fly back to that spot right there. I was wondering where the copper came from, but it's that guy right there, so I'm not worried. But let's go in here. Our core nucleus is the core of the base, extremely well armored, stores massive amounts of resources. Its health is 6,000. If you look at the core foundation, its health is 3,500. And that is also still bigger than our base one here. So core nucleus is our friend. It's going to go right there. And there we go. Now we have a truly massive core that we can do stuff with. And do we want to set up production for the other things? We've done plastium, correct? That's oil and titanium. And I know how to make oil now. So I could do something with that. There's not a lot of titanium around. I mean, there is titanium. There's just not a ton of it. We're using not a ton for this, but enough that we could definitely easily make that way more efficient. So let's see if we wanted to make that more efficient, what it looks like. So we can add on our laser drills. Do that without any real issues. Cool. And then we could do some water extractors if we wanted to. Alright, now, could I bring this all the way back? I probably should have done this calculation before, so. Yeah, I probably could. There's probably better ways to route all this. Nope, not the right tool. Let's do that. Would make more sense. That would make more sense. Let's see, bring it over. Yeah, I think we're clear there. And then bring it up and over and out. We could definitely do that, no problem. Okay. We also have plenty of water there. So we can definitely do some oil extraction here. That requires sand and water. So let's take a look here. We're going to do 2 of them. And what are we trying to build again? Oh my gosh. Plastium compressor. That's what I want. It's oil and titanium. So we'll stick those like over here, and then we can throw whatever that produces onto that belt. Get that. We'll bring water out in just a moment. Alright, so you have your oil. And then we need to snake out, unless there's a much closer source of titanium, which it doesn't look like there is. So we're going to snake out a whole bunch of titanium down through here. Alright. I'm going to try to stay as close to this as possible. And have it cross over where necessary. I'm not happy about that spot right there. Does it work? Yes, it does. Okay. Does that one work? It does. Okay, cool. This is an absolute hot mess. I apologize, but I just want to see what I can do here. So now we have that line going. That snakes way through there. And we have that. And what's cool about this is this will eventually fill up. We're using a whole bunch right now, but if you take a look, this one's full going into our cryo fluid. It will always stay full, and then this one is already backing up. So we can probably increase our production on this fairly easily if we'd wanted to. But the other one is a surge smelter, which requires just a stupid amount of stuff. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I know I probably need tons of it, but I'm going to more worry about plastium right now. So we'll put that there. And then this one. Come over and do that. And you don't have power, my friend. You need power. Okay. So we've built a bunch of spore stuff. We got a bunch of everything going on, minus, let's see. So, graphite press, check. Multi-press, check. Silicons, check. We don't have the silicon crucible yet. And what does that require as input? Coal, sand, and pyrite. So we don't have an excess of pyrite like we did before, but we're getting closer. But we could totally bring that down to 1 and then put the other one off of this. Let's do that. Let's have some fun. So we're gonna get rid of this one. I don't like that. No. We want that there. I just want to see how fast this outputs stuff. That's my main goal right now. Oh my. Okay, so that can do a fair amount of work. What are we missing right now? Probably enough sand. Oh, we just don't have a place to put it all. Okay. That's super cool, though. Now look at that. There's like a ready-made space for us to just throw that onto. So we have all of that going. No problems there. And yeah, let's just go back to our factories very quickly. A kiln we don't have. We probably need one, but it's not that big of a deal right now. Just lead and sand. We can pretty easily grab that wherever we need to. Let's just make one of those right here. And we're going to try to use as little power as possible. Alright, let's go back to our factories. There we go. Kiln's going. Let's see. We have a surge smelter, or we don't have that. We have plastium. We have a cryofluid mixer. We have a pyrite mixer. We have blast. We don't have a melter. We don't have a separator. We don't have a disassembler. We don't have a spore press. We don't need that. We don't have a pulverizer. And we don't have a coal centrifuge. But we have lots of stuff that we need to get this one rolling. There is much more production going on here now. And basically, we just need to let this fill up. And then we'll be in somewhat better shape. But I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. We are definitely producing more than what we need. And hopefully, we'll be able to hold off the bad guys in the future. So, please tell me what I should do next. And tell me how terrible of a job I did in optimizing all this stuff. And trying to figure out what the heck I want to do next. But I think our next move is going to be right there. But that's going to be a video for later because I've wasted far too much time messing around in here and trying to figure out what the heck I actually want to do while not being able to really do a good job of explaining what I'm doing and why. So, thank you so much for joining me. If you take a look here, this guy's now filled up because we are maxing out everything. And yeah, we'll be in good shape. Folks, thanks so much for joining me. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.